Hey, what's up guys? RobiWan here, coming back to you with what I am calling Entry 1.5. So I only say Entry 1.5 because this isn't technically Entry 2. I actually already have that recorded and I just have not put that up yet. I was going to put that up in a few days. The reason I'm recording this so suddenly is because just yesterday, two amazing, fantastic pieces of news came out that were so goddamn exciting to me, I just had to record this. So here I am talking about it. So let's just jump right into it. What is the first piece of news that completely floored me yesterday? Walking Dead Telltale Season 2. Yes, that happened. And let me just tell you guys how unfucking-believably excited I am for that. The first season of The Walking Dead by Telltale absolutely floored me in a way that I was not prepared for. I knew it was good, I knew it won, you know, the VGA's Game of the Year and all that stuff, and tons of awards, great reviews. A few friends of mine were playing it, and I only ever heard really good things about it. I am a huge fan of both the original webcomic and of the show. The show right now, to me, is the best show on television. I don't care what anyone says. It's that good. And so the game certainly was appealing to me, but because it was released in that digital episodic format, like I discussed on last week's episode, that's really not the most exciting way for me to usually play a game, so I didn't really jump on it. But by the time it had won the Game of the Year and the full breadth of the show was available where you could get, you know, all 5 episodes in one download for like $25 or whatever, which is what I did from Steam. By the time that came out, I was like, okay, it's time to do this. And I started it, and just goddamn, it was so amazing. Obviously, I'm sure most of you guys agree. Most people who played it seem to love it. I won't really spoil too much, but I guess I should say I'm going to try to avoid spoilers when talking about Season 1 in preparation for Season 2. But if you're listening to this and you haven't played it and you're thinking you might, you know, just be warned that there may be some spoilers. I'm going to try not to. Anyway... the point is, going into Season 2, what's really exciting is what is it we're actually going to be doing. To tell you the truth, anyone who played Season 1 and, of course, 400 Days, which I'll talk about that in a minute too, you might have wondered, like I did, exactly who or what we're going to be playing in Season 2. Until 400 Days, I thought it was very likely we would play as Clementine, but then we play 400 Days, and... you know, we get involved with this whole other group of people, and that really kind of makes you wonder by the time that ends, which, as we all know, ends very abruptly without any sort of closure or warning into what might be coming soon. You kind of aren't really sure what that might mean for Season 2. At least I wasn't, you know. But I did certainly have some theories. Seeing the trailer, though, basically confirmed that Clementine will still be the focus of the story for Season 2. I'm so happy about that. Clementine is an amazing character. I just love that stinking cute little girl, and I care for her. You know, that's the thing. That's obviously what the game was trying to do, and having you play as Lee, who was a fantastic character, so well written and well acted. And in playing Lee, you grow this attachment to Clementine, and all you want to do, protecting her and making sure that she sees the best side of humanity possible, you know, like through your moral choices, was really the crux of the game and the experience of that first season. So, the idea that she's coming back and that I guess we get to play as her is pretty cool. Maybe it would have been neat if there was a way to still have her as the character you're protecting and maybe not playing as her. To be fair, the trailer didn't really confirm you play as her, but it certainly looks like you're going to. But what I'm getting at is... like I just said, what really made that first season work is that you were protecting Clementine, not playing as her. So if, in fact, you do play as her for this next season, or even for some of it, yes, that's awesome, and I'm super excited, but I wonder if it might still end up being the smarter choice to have us play somebody else protecting her. Obviously, we know, spoiler alert, obviously we know we can't play as Lee going forward, which is just so sad, but it was the only way to end that first season. So I don't know who else they'd have us play. Now, when it comes to 400 Days, I liked 400 Days. I know not everyone did. It was a really unique experience because it was this little, you know, intermediary sort of nugget of information that they gave us, if you will, between Seasons 1 and Seasons 2. I know a lot of people had an initial backlash towards it because it was so short, and you spent just a few quick minutes with all these different groups of people before they all came together at the end, and not everyone loved that. People felt like, whoa, well, this isn't really a game, and this isn't really good, and why it just was dumb, it wasn't anything, and to me, that's that's stupid. Shut up. What are you talking about? It was exactly what it was meant to be. It was just a slight little tease to prepare us for some of the things that might be happening in Season 2. In which case, it's awesome that they made it and they released it. Thank you, Telltale. I'm glad you decided to give us something. It was only a few bucks. It was an extra hour and a half of Walking Dead I got to play while I wondered about what Season 2 was going to do. That's pretty fucking cool. I'm glad you guys decided to do that, so you're not going to get any hate from me. As far as it was as an experience, though, I can agree in that, yes, it was kind of short, and it's too bad it didn't really deliver on a lot. But again, I didn't really care. I was just glad to get something that I thought was so good and something that teased me for Season 2. It's interesting, you know, when 400 Days had first ended, I was trying to imagine what that meant for the upcoming season, which again, of course, you know, months ago we had no freaking clue about. I thought it was actually going to be way farther off than it was, which is why I got so excited when we got this Season 2 trailer yesterday. So when 400 Days had ended, I was sort of thinking, okay, well, we met this group, like, you know, five or six people. I can't remember now. Probably like 5, 6, 7 people. They all came together at this base at the end. And, you know, based on some of your decisions, some people are going to join this other lady. This other really nice black lady comes up and she's like, hey, we have this safe house. We have this safe area where all these people and all these kids are, and we're good. So I want you guys to come with us. And of course, none of this group was trustworthy except for some of the people who I guess you made the correct decisions for throughout the game, throughout that episode, I should say, leading up to that point. So I had, you know, the 3 people who I liked the most, luckily, were the 3 people who decided to go along with this lady at the end of my playthrough, which I was totally fine with, because the other people I didn't like, and I didn't want them anywhere near my game, so that was cool. And so when that happened, my theory was, well, maybe these people are going to go with this lady to this safe area. And maybe what we saw at the end of Season 1 with Clementine, where those people were running towards her, were people also involved with this safe area. So I'm struggling to try to put my ideas into words here. So when Season 2 starts, I'll have the 3 people from 400 Days that I saved go to the safe house where Clementine will already be, because the people from the safe house found her at the end of Season 2. If that makes sense. So yes, I think that I explained that the way I meant to explain it. So yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking might end up happening. Now that we've seen the trailer, that certainly didn't put the kibosh on that theory. That theory of mine still could end up being kind of true, but it just looked, from the very little bit that they showed us, it just looked like something else might be going on, especially because, like I said, it looks like you're playing Clementine. In my theory, I never envisioned that we would actually play as Clementine. I envisioned, if she's still around and is still alive and blah, 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 which of course she would be, that she would be somebody else we would protect. Only we wouldn't play as Lee, we'd play as one of these people that we saved from 400 Days or whatever. Anyway, so those are all my kind of theories, and that's why I'm really excited and all that good stuff. So yeah, I really hope that it comes out soon. I hope that sometime maybe after the new year we get like more nuggets of information, and I would love it if that first entry comes out sometime in Q1, you know, maybe March or so that they can do what they did last time, where they release it throughout the entire year. You know, maybe an entry in, you know, February or March, and then sometime in the spring, and then in the summer, and we can get all 5 episodes of Season 2, you know, in like a few months' time, because it's going to really suck playing 1 episode at a time. I didn't have to do that for Season 1 because I downloaded it all at one time, and now I'm going to have to do that, so I hope that they just release them very quick, starting very soon. So anyway, those are my feelings on The Walking Dead Season 2. What do you guys think? Are you excited? Did you like the first season? Did you like 400 Days, or did you think it was total crap? And based on what you thought, what do you think going into Season 2 with all that information we got from that trailer? So I don't know. Let us know what you think. Okay. The second piece of fantastic news that happened yesterday was something that I had hoped was going to happen, and I knew in the bottom of my heart that it would, and sure enough, it did happen. And that is that the 3DS XL Limited Edition Zelda: A Link Between Worlds bundle was announced for the US. That is badass. In fact, I am recording this now. It's Halloween. It's October 31st, Thursday. It's Halloween. I'm recording this now. 20 minutes ago, I had gone to my local GameStop and I had pre-ordered that sucker because goddamn, I cannot wait. It was initially announced for the US, as I'm sure, the US. It was initially announced for Europe, as I'm sure most of you know. And bear with me. This whole thing is new to me, like I said, so I have some crude editing skills. I'm going to try to put up a photo of what the 3DSL looks like. We'll test my editing skills and see how it looks. So I'll try to put it up right here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So anyway, it was initially announced for Europe, and I knew it. You know, not last year, 2 years ago, when the Ocarina of Time 3D was coming out for the 3DS, there was the Zelda regular 3DS bundle that was coming out with, you know, the Hylian crest and all the Zelda insignias and stuff all over, and it was so freaking gorgeous. And that was also not announced initially for the US, and I was super sad about that. And eventually, of course, it did end up getting announced. So I was holding on to that, hoping that that meant that this the 3DS XL bundle was going to be announced. And it's so cool because it's got like the regular Triforce, and then it's got the low rule Triforce on the underneath, just like the logo for the game. And it's so badass. So excited. So anyway, I was holding on to hope that that was going to end up happening here, and of course it did. So like I said, I had just gone and pre-ordered my own version. Here's the dilemma that I want to talk about. It's funny how relevant this conversation keeps happening, both from my first entry the other day, and now I just mentioned it in my last story about Walking Dead, and now I'm going to bring it up again, that the digital content is the one thing that really kind of bums me out about this. I had just the regular game, the retail copy of A Link Between Worlds reserved for a while now, of course, and now this bundle is announced, and it's a great deal, and it's so amazing, and I have to have it in my life. But it comes with the goddamn digital copy of the game, which just sucks. That sucks a lot for me. You know why it sucks for me? Because I'm torn on if I should still just buy my regular retail copy of the game, which is the one I want. I want an actual Zelda copy in my hand of a game. But at the same time, I mean, okay, yes, I make pretty good money with my day job and all, but I'm not made of money. The thing is $220 US. It's $219, coming out November 22nd. The same day as Super Mario World, for Christ's sake. 3D World. Just, oh, Jesus, Nintendo, stop taking all my money. So the thing is $220. It's a fair deal, but that's also including, you know, like a deal for the downloadable, the free digital copy of A Link Between Worlds you're getting. I don't want that. I want my actual copy. So if I were to buy my copy, it's kind of like throwing my money away, and I know it's not because it's the one I want, but at the same time it's like, well, I don't need to spend an extra $40 to be able to play this game day one because it's already going to be downloadable on my 3DS XL anyway. So like the principle of the fact that it's kind of wasting $40 initially is the thing that's holding me back. And this is why you guys, I just don't love the digital content, man. Like, I can't trade that in. If it was like a copy of the game and I could just trade in that copy and then get the other copy of the game that I want, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. At least I can get like $20 back for it. I would be okay with that compromise. But no, you can't trade in digital content. It's stuck as a stupid little file on the motherboard of your system or your hardware or whatever you have forever until you delete it and then bye-bye. You know, you can't do anything with digital media. It's just a big pain in my ass. No offense to anyone who loves it. As I said, you know, if you didn't hear my first entry, please listen to that because I give you guys some love for liking digital content if you like it. I'm glad that that stuff exists. I freaking hate it. And I appreciate Nintendo for doing this, but god damn you guys. Just damn it. Anyway. That's my one problem. You know, it's definitely a big conundrum, but at the end of the day, I still get my 3DS XL that I want, and I still get Zelda the day I want it, so at least I can play whatever I decide to do, I can play it. That's a lot of money to spend on one day, man, because again, Super Mario 3D World, why is that such a tongue twister? Super Mario 3D World comes out that same day. Also, by the way, I'm sure most of you know this, it's also the same day the Xbox One comes out, so that's a big freaking day for games. It's the Xbox One, all those launch games, which again are not exciting to me, the Zelda 3DS bundle, and A Link Between Worlds, and Super Mario 3D World. Bam, motherfuckers. That's a lot of games and a lot of gaming happening that day. It's a really good day for games. If I wasn't worried about some more of the Wii U games and the A Link Between Worlds and stuff, I would probably have been plunking down for an Xbox One. But there's just too much other content I'm playing right now for my Wii U and my PC and now for my 3DS. So PS4 and Xbox One, those are just going to have to wait. Anyway, I'll wrap this up. The thing is, it's really cool that Nintendo decided to bring this to America. They would have been well, I don't want to say committing suicide. They would have been really stupid not to do it because Zelda sells here. Everybody loves and wants it. That game's going to be amazing. And 3DSs sell like crazy. So why wouldn't they give us a reason to buy even more? They got it for me. I had the first Zelda 3DS, and now I'm getting the new Zelda 3DS just because they made it and because I'm a sucker, and I have no problem admitting it. I am proud to admit that. When it comes to Nintendo and Zelda and awesome gaming stuff from any company, I am a nerd, and that's the way it should be. So what do you guys think about that? Are you excited for the 3DS bundle? Do you not really give a shit? Are you excited for the game? Hopefully. You know, leave comments and stuff. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's a brand new channel, so I'm really excited to be doing this for you guys. The actual episode 2 that I had recorded a few days ago and is ready to post, I'll post that probably this weekend. I'll give this one a few days to be up. So yeah, you know, like the video. Let me know in comments if you love me or you hate me. If you love me, awesome, share that with everybody. If you hate me, then keep that shit to yourself, man. No one wants to hear it. So, yep, I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Late.